Hello everyone, and welcome to the Crystal Lightworkers podcast to aid spirituality and well-being using crystals. My name is Jackie Winters, founder of the British Academy of Crystal Healing, and today I'd like to talk to you about personal growth using crystals to raise the energy of purpose, passion, and pleasure. We will be using a trilogy of crystals. Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today I'd like to discuss with you the energies of purpose, passion and pleasure, using a trilogy of crystals to raise these energies within you so that you feel that you have a purpose in the world. So you find your passion and it leads you to pleasure. Now, I personally find it quite strange that as human beings, we often need to have a purpose in life, a reason for being here. And I have meditated on this subject quite often. Do we need to have a purpose for being here? Or is it just being here enough? Is the need for a purpose a man-made thought process? Or does our soul crave for a purpose for being on this planet, a fulfillment of existence? Now, I'm not quite sure I have quite fully figured this out yet, but I am exploring with crystals to unearth new mental perceptions within me and then witnessing what sits right with me. Charoite is the first crystal that I have decided to work with to raise the energies of purpose within me. Charoite is a beautiful purple, sometimes iridescent crystal. It is quite rare as it comes from Siberia and is very beneficial to avoid being psychically drained, which is one of the things my students often mention in class. When a healer, we give too much of ourselves away. Charoite will help us to retain some of our awareness. Charoite will aid internal wisdom, helping you to know rather than think. And knowing is always more solid than thinking. So if you know something to be true, it's solid. I know it. If you think, there's room for maneuver. So you get my drift. It creates a security within you when you know, within your energetic field, and you feel empowered to do the right thing for yourself because you feel solid, you know. Because by doing this, you absolutely know what is right for you. And you are then aligned with your higher aspect and in the flow of life, affording others to be in theirs too. So Charoite will help you know what your purpose is. When connecting to the light of Charoite, I personally heard, pleasure is the true treasure of life. I became aware that finding the feeling of pleasure is the true purpose for being here. And once we have found that vibration of pleasure, we need do nothing more than aim to maintain it. The vibration alone is impacting on the environment, the collective consciousness, and emanating out into the world, thereby being in service to a greater good. So Charoite helped me see things more clearly, see that I didn't have to have a particular job, a task, or a destiny to do or to achieve. I didn't have to have a calling or even know what I wanted to do with my life. I could just do anything that induced the feeling of pleasure within me. Charoite took a lot of pressure off me because when I was at school many years ago, so much emphasis was placed upon finding a career and serving as an apprentice or studying in a particular field and then staying with that subject for life. Now, I know things are different these days, but I still hear children being asked what they want to do when they leave school. If this is allowed to happen organically, what they do when they leave school, what they've enjoyed doing and what they want to continue doing at the present, then things would be a lot easier for them. And maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have so much mental stress inflicted upon the younger generation. I have friends who are barristers, lawyers, doctors. Many of them hide behind the label of their job. Without their title, they feel they become nobody. The passion's gone. The passion for what they do has gone. So when you stay in a particular job for a long time and it's no longer lighting you up, there's no passion behind the work you do, you're just becoming automated. And the passion is the fire inside of us. It's the light. It's the zush of life that's in us. And when we go into work and we're just automated and we're not enjoying what we are doing, then that light diminishes. Now, I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want my light to diminish. And we do live in a time when things are more accessible for people these days. I didn't want it for myself, and I didn't want it for my children. I wanted to explore as much of life as I could. And during every chapter of my life, I have always aimed to listen to the whispers of my soul and act accordingly. Crystals magnify the inner voice. So with Charoite, when I meditated with it and absorbed the light into my energy field and just sat there silently listening, waiting for, just that complete switch off. And when we hit that switch off, knowings start to arise within us. And I have always known when it was time to leave a job and move on. And of course, that's because basically the light had gone out. I was no longer being fulfilled. Now, I know that once we have the knowing that we need to leave the job, or we need to change our relationship, or we need to make changes in our life, we always have free will. So we always have the choice whether to act upon the instinct that is saying to us, or the impulse that's saying to us, we're not getting any passion from this relationship, this job, this whatever in life, and we have to make some changes. Now, when my soul is not being fulfilled by a job or a relationship or anything like that, I would leave. But this often led me then to face my fears of not being provided for, whilst I figured out where my passion was now taking me. So having time off to just allow myself to relax, enjoy life, and reconnect with me and what is it I want to do and find my passion really does sort of take you, as one person said to me once, out of one doorway into a corridor before you open the next door. And in that corridor, we face a lot of fears because we're not sure where we're going to next. So to me, this all made sense when Charoite was explaining to me that my purpose was to find my passion, follow it, and live in the vibration of pleasure. And when my passion has diminished, then I need to reevaluate where I am and ask myself, how can I relight my passion within me? Now, when it does lead to pleasure, pleasure, after all, is a facet of love. So to live in pleasure, you are living in a facet of love. And that's what we're all aiming for, is to live in the love vibration. However, as I began my internal exploration to find pleasure, I soon realized that I had no idea what brought me pleasure. What does my passion lie? I have also noticed that my passion has changed many times throughout my life, so it is not necessarily a fixed vibration. My passion for crystals is probably as healthy as when I first started back in the 1980s. But even with that, I realized that my passion was lit by the adventure that came with the unveiling of the energy of the crystal brought into my field. So as these new energies came within me and I started to feel inspired to make changes, the adventure of the change was what was actually creating the passion. It was lighting me up. I was getting really excited by the adventure of life. And I know many people at my age have sort of settled down into a routine where they're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's providing for them, but they don't have any zest for life. They're just existing, and I'm afraid that's not for me because I want to live a really full, packed life. So one crystal that can help you find your passion after Charoite has given you the knowing, then you need to feel it inside of you. And ruby is an amazing crystal to help you light your fire. I love this crystal for this purpose. Ruby came to me when I visited India. However, the finest rubies come from Burma. They are also mined in Afghanistan, Australia, Cambodia, Madagascar, Malawi, Mozambique, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Thailand, the United States, and Vietnam. So they are widely available and considered to be, by some, one of the royal three crystals. Ruby, sapphire, and emerald are meant to be the royal three crystals. They are sort of the crystals that give us everything that we need. They are the regal energies that when we have them established within us, they will help us to live a long, happy, healthy life. Ruby helps you feel self-worth and self-love. It lights the passion within you. It purifies and enlivens, awakens deep feelings that can lead you to try new things. It can unveil hidden potential within you and show you a different path of life. Ruby is such a vibrant, positive ally. She aligns well with bubbly personalities as she doesn't hold back. She will help you step out of your comfort zone and find that wonderful passion for life itself. My grandmother lived to a great old age of 94, and she wore a ruby ring for as long as I knew her. She was the life and soul of a party. She had a passion for life like no other, and everyone just adored her, and she had a lot of self-worth. She knew what her purpose was for being here. Her purpose was that she lit everybody up. She walked in a room and everybody smiled. She oozed personality and never had a bad word to say about anyone. Ruby is a beautiful purifier and helps you to let go of what has been in the past to embrace what is. If ever you have been to India, you may have seen how vibrant the color is there, mainly ruby red and yellow or golden, and the Indians certainly do know how to live with vivacity. Sometimes, however, our passion can come up with anger. And an excess of passion that is not aligned with the heart can turn into anger. Now, don't get me wrong. I know the importance of anger and how useful it can help us to make changes. When we get angry, it is helping us to see that we have veered off the path of the heart. So returning to the heart to purify anger, find compassion and realign with a pleasure is sometimes part of the process. Pleasure can be awakened with Rutile Quartz. Now, I love Rutile Quartz. You're going to get sick of me saying this. I love all crystals, but the Rutile Quartz is, again, another one of my favorite. It's a very zingy energy. Rutilated quartz is a variety of quartz containing needle-like inclusions of rutile. Now, rutile is a mineral composed primarily of titanium dioxide with large amounts of iron oxide. I have known people call it angel hairstone because when you look into the quartz, it actually looks like there are hairs inside the quartz. Now, the vibration that is coming from Rutile Quartz is heavenly. Pardon the pun. It helps you reconnect with your pleasure zone. Again, another crystal that will purify your body, work on the bladder, and it also inspires creativity and all of the organs in the sacral area. When working with Rutile Quartz, she will lead you into creative projects that bring a joy of doing, being fully focused in the moment, like a child playing in sand, having nothing else in mind but just the joy of playing in the sand. Rutile Quartz will also awaken the Kundalini energy within you and inspire you to just fall in love with the moment and enjoy the act of being, doing, seeing, tasting, feeling, touching. In fact, Rutile Quartz will just help you feel the joy of life, the pure joy that is not mind initiated. It's just an organic reaction to a beautiful moment. So if you feel that you have lost your purpose, you don't really know what your passion is, and you haven't got a lot of pleasure in your life, Charoite will help you know. It will help you just know what your passion is. And once you know, you need to feel it. So if you know what it is, yep, I'm really into crystals, but I don't really feel it. Ruby will unearth that passion within you. It will fire you up. It will get you going. It'll bring that passion up to the surface. Charoite will let you know your purpose. Ruby will fire you up. And Rutile Quartz will bring an amazing vibration into your energy field to help you have that wonderful energy of pleasure. Now then, remember to use them with the intention of unleashing these wonderful energies within you, and then just become the witness to what happens next. I am sure you will be amazed and delighted. You will feel more in tune with your soul. You will know inside of you. Now, when you know, you have to act upon it. It's no good knowing that you need to make some changes, but then sitting on it and thinking, well, no, I'm more secure where I am. Take the risk. You only get one life. Use your crystals. They'll support you. They won't let you down. The light of the crystals will encourage you to make those changes. Step out of your comfort zone. Go and take some time off and trust in the universe and your higher aspect. And the light of the crystals will guide you to where you ever need to be. And the nice thing is, when you work with crystals, everything happens organically. You naturally fall into the passion. Yeah, I love this. This is what I want to do. And then the pleasure comes from doing whatever the passion is. Okay, well, I have been a bit enthusiastic today. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Thank you for joining me. I hope that maybe I resonated with you on some level. And if you would like to know more about crystals and how to work with them and how they can help you, please visit our website. And of course, there's details of any courses, and we would be delighted to see you. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, the website, which is www.britishacademyofcrystalhealing.com. Okay, well, thank you again for giving me your time. I love you. Travel well, gorgeous people. Much love to you. Take care, Jackie.